Hello, my name is H.A. Pruitt and I'm the author of the Anathalian series, and in this video I'm going to do a book review. And before I do that book review, I want to say it's really important to review books. Even if you just leave a review that says I didn't like this book or it says I love this book, that short of a review matters just as much as a super long review. I don't feel like because you don't have much to say that you shouldn't leave a review. Like, please leave a review. Every review helps authors. It gets us closer to being seen more widely. And the more reviews a book has on a certain place like Amazon, the more that platform shows it to people. The more that platform shows it to people. So please leave a review if you read a book, no matter how long or short, especially if the author is still alive. Charles Dickens, if you don't review his books, he's not going to care. But indie authors or authors that are alive right now, it really matters to them. So, the book I'm going to review today is by an indie author. And it is called, well, I don't know if it's technically indie, but it's a small publisher. It's called Thread of Dreams by Emily Barnett. And Thread of Dreams is a young adult book. It's not too long, it's a good length. I don't know what the genre would be. It's definitely got elements of like fantasy. It's got a lot of dream elements in it. It's got dreams in it. It's got real life in it though, the real world. It's like a crossing between worlds. It feels a little sci-fi, but it feels like magical sci-fi, and so I guess that's like space fantasy, but it's not space fantasy at all. I don't know what to call it, but it's really cool. I love unique books that don't fit in a certain genre. I love that. That's what this book is. And I say overall, it's magical, it's wondrous, it's beautiful, and it's luminous. And my summary is Nova visits dreams of humans without humans ever knowing, to glean dream threads that help her world, Lyra, combat a growing darkness called the Void. When a human named Arlo sees her in his dreams, though, everyone begins to learn the real truth. So there's what everyone believes on the world of Lyra. And Nova is part of the world of Lyra, and a lot of people are dream collectors. I can't remember exactly what that's called, but a lot of people go like into people of Earth's dreams and collect threads from their dreams and use them in their world to push back this darkness called the Void that's destroying their world. But everything is not what it seems. Yeah, just like my baby's trying to collect my hair right now. Anyway, so that's my summary, and I loved nearly everything about this book. I loved nearly everything. It's like hard to describe how good this book is. And so you should just go read it for yourself. The story is beautiful, the emotions, the language of this book, the message, everything is just beautiful. So just go read it. The only thing I did not like, if you watch my book reviews, you know I don't like sentence fragments. Or not sentence fragments, just fragments. Shh. I don't like fragments. And there are quite a few fragments in here, and sometimes they made the meaning obscure a little bit. But overall, like, I don't see anything wrong with this book. Okay, so the things I liked a lot. The language feels really unique and fresh and appropriate for the characters, and so beautiful. It's like so beautifully human how it's not like done up, it's not like flowery, it just feels like real people speaking. Everything feels very appropriate for the characters, like they're real humans. And the characters also, they seemed like their age and they sounded like their age and they sounded how they felt. They didn't seem like, in so many YA books, it's like, oh, I'm 15, but I sound like a 40-year-old who's figured out life. Like, no, that's not like this book. They sounded like, I can't remember exactly their ages, but they're teenagers and they sound like teenagers. And yet, it's not annoying. Some people have said my books sound annoying because they sound like teenagers. But they don't sound annoying. They still sound young. They still sound like they're trying to figure things out. They still sound emotional. But they sound real. They sound like real teenagers. And the prose. Okay, so the book has two perspectives. Nova is the girl who lives on Lyra. And Arlo is the boy who lives on Earth. And she visits his dreams. She's the girl of his dreams. It's cute. Okay, there's like a little bit of romance. And it's real cute and sweet. But that's not the main plot. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So Nova is in prose, normally what you would like reading a book like this. You open a book, this is prose. But Arlo's parts, let me see if I can find one. Arlo's parts are written in poetry. And usually I don't like poetry, but these poems contain so much, they bring so much to the story in such a little space. They give so much storyline, they give so much of his feelings and emotions, they tell you so much about him. And in ways that it's just like, you read it, but then there's so much layers to this writing. There's layers to this writing. I love writing with layers. And you can read the book and read the words, but there's so much more in this book than just this. If all that was unsaid, but subtly said in all this, it'd be like huge. But it's so beautifully done. It's just so subtle and yet so deep. It's just really great. I really love the poetry in this. I don't like poetry, but I love the poetry in this. And it just works really well for his character. It just fits him perfectly. And the book is just so well written on so many levels. I love it. The emotion was expressed so perfectly. It's so clear. The emotion is so clear. You can feel it. You can feel it, but it's never overdone. It never feels like over dramatic or anything, but you feel it deeply. You feel it. Because it's just written so humanly, so real. The imagination in the world of Lyra was really fun, and it was wild, and it was captivating, beautiful, and interesting. Every creature and plant had a history, purpose, and life in it. The magic of Lyra was also interesting and fun. Nova's threads, her dream threads, and her shawl were just so cool. Nova has this shawl made of dream threads that she has not turned into her work to fight back the void. She made them into a shawl, and she can like take out a thread and use it for different things. And it's just really cool. The world building in this is so cool and unique, and it feels so real because it feels so deep. And like I said, everything has a history. Everything has a story. It's really cool. Do not touch that, Bibby. He's gonna touch it. The layers of messages were so soft yet solid. That's another thing I love. I love when a book doesn't like come out and say something, but it says something through the story, and it's so subtle, but it's so strong. I love that. It's such a talent that authors have when they can do that, when they can pull that off. Whoop, he got it. Have the message be so soft and yet so solidly like, yes, I get it, and that's so clear. You don't have to say things clearly for things to come across so clearly. I love it. The message, well, come here. The layers of message come through the events so naturally that they never needed to be blatantly stated, and yet they rang so clear that it was as if they had been written in the sky. The book touched on grief, hope, dreams, fear, life, something bigger than ourselves, and then evil. It touched on friendship, love, and beauty, and what we do have. There's just so many things in this book. Like, any person could glean something important in their life from this book. My baby's about to knock the tripod off, but overall, I love this book. You should read this book. You should read this book. It's really good. And read this book and review it. Let the author know that it's awesome. So that's my book review of Thread of Dreams by Emily Barnett. I love anything this author writes. I love her writing. Everything that she writes is like this. But I think that this is her debut novel. So this is the only book she has out. But she has tons of short stories. And follow her on Instagram. She does like, what are those called? Really tiny stories? I don't remember what they're called. Okay, my baby's climbing. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit all the buttons below and share this with people. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, now you stop. If you want to know more about Anna Thalian or H.A. Pruitt, please follow me on Instagram at H.A. Pruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, H.A. Pruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, H.A. Pruitt Anna Thalian. You can find me on the Facebook page, H.A. Pruitt Anna Thalian. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name H.A. Pruitt and the book Anna Thalian, or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anna Thalian is. The website is hapruitt.com.